So let me tell you about one of my favorite cases, one of the most interesting cases that I ever had. I represented a nurse who worked at a hospital in the intensive care units. Now, the nurse that I represented, who worked in these ICUs, she had a condition called dystonia, which caused her to have involuntary movements, kind of similar to Parkinson's disease, but not. And as a result of that condition, she received at the time, groundbreaking novel surgical treatment called DBS. DBS stands for Deep Brain Stimulation. And what she had was a computer and battery with a wire that went back up her neck into her head with a probe that goes directly into the brain that sends a signal, sends electricity at a specified amounts, which controlled her dystonia. And it was amazing, it was wonderful. There was one catch. She was susceptible to electromagnetic interference. Now, in the ICUs where she would work, there was an MRI machine near there. And when you talk about electromagnetic interference, what is going to produce more EMI than anything than an MRI machine? And so she noticed every time she worked in one of the ICUs that was near the MRI machine, her brain, her head would go haywire. In fact, one of the times that she was working there and they turned the MRI machine on, she was knocked unconscious for a day. So she got a note from her doctor and she requested from HR saying, please don't put me in these ICUs because they're near the MRI machines and they interfere with my brain. They interfere with my deep brain stimulator, which is causing me all sorts of problems. So sure enough, for a little bit, she was not assigned to those units. But then little by little, she's being assigned. She shows up for work and they say, you've got to go to this particular ICU unit, that particular ICU unit near the MRI machine. And we're talking about a nurse who people are relying on to save their lives. Their lives depend on her. So it's not like she can say, oh, I don't want to go into that particular unit today. I can't go into that unit. I'm not supposed to go into that unit. Instead, she's going to make sure that these patients get the care that they need. So after telling HR, I'm not supposed to be in here, but I know you have no one else. Yes, I will go. She went, and again, she's getting her brain fried by being near the MRI machines. And so she complained again and again and again. Finally, they just stopped calling her. So this case, I ended up suing in New York Supreme Court. It went to a trial. I think it was about a 2-3 week trial. And we ended up with a $4 million verdict. And the emotional distress component of that was the largest emotional distress verdict ever to be sustained on appeal, and that's an important part, in the entire United States for an employment case. And so I'm particularly proud about this case, about being able to help this particular client. I'm particularly proud about getting this verdict that was sustained on appeal, because you hear about all of these verdicts. Oh, this person got a $100 million verdict, $10 million verdict. But what was sustained? What happened afterwards? That's what matters. How much did the judge reduce it to? In this particular case, it was not reduced at all, and the emotional distress remained the largest in the United States, like I said before. So that's one of the most interesting cases that I've had, and I love helping people who are victims of discrimination, of retaliation, of not being able to work in an environment that's safe. So if anything like that has happened to you, don't stand by. Don't take it. Just know that you have rights and you can do something about it.